Welcome back to Digging Georgia. I figure I'd go ahead and take the time and show you guys how I do my forging. Well, a little run through on my forging area. I won't be doing the forging today, but let me turn this camera around and get it ready. Stay tuned. What I basically got in my forge is the average do-it-yourself forger, smith shop, whatever you want to call it. Now, a lot of these things are found or given to me over a period of time, about 2 years. I'm off and on been doing it. Right here is this I-beam. I found this one, believe it or not, on the side of tucked in on a little road in our city. So I picked it up. I was going to use it as an anvil. I tried. But the noise was so loud that I couldn't use it because it was too dang loud. And I got a couple little vices up here on my table. It's a good table to use for, like, if I ever decide to do some welding or something. It's real level. And I place hot stuff on there or whatever. Other little stuff I use, little things I make. Here's my other vise I use to clamp stuff down to do twist on, or just to hold stuff for me when I sand stuff. I mean, it's an old vise, but it does the job. And these are some old odds and ends I found. I actually use this as one of my very first anvil. Something to bang on. That's all you need. You got to get out there and do it if you're going to do this kind of work. Another anvil I have was this piece of hunk. It's probably one of my second pieces of hunk of steel to actually use for a while. As you can tell, it's kind of mushroom out. So it serves as a good little knife making anvil. All I did was I clamped it down in that vise over there, and it worked out for a little bit until I was able to come across one of these rail pieces, and I have to get that one back. But that was from my boss. He let me, he loaned it to me as long as I used it. But the agreement was not to get rid of it, but to return it if I didn't need it no more. So I got me another anvil slash railroad piece. So smaller, lightweight. I can say it's mine. But I use this chain as a hold down. When I'm putting stuff on there, I put a chain over it. It'll drape down and it'll hold my piece. So if I need to do a hole through it or hot cut my piece, it'll cut. It's a pretty solid piece of railroad spike, not spike, but rail. They're good for doing this type stuff, but they're not really. They're hard, but they're not really super hard. Because I sanded this one, beveled it out because I like to draw stuff out on the edge, and I sanded it off no problem. So it's not a hard anvil like a true anvil, but it does the job. And this anvil was given to me by a friend. It ain't really it's an anvil, but it's an old vise anvil. Used to be a vise on here. It's clamping. I don't know how old it is, but for doing something flat compared to the rail, because the rail has like a little bow in it. But if I want to true something up, I put it on here and smack it a couple times, round something off if I'm trying to do a bend. That usually works out pretty good. My forge is just simple old air comes up through here, right into this bucket, which I'm going to upgrade here shortly. I got some piping that I'm going to hook up to this brake rotor and a flange, so it's more direct. This don't really give a lot of direct airflow. It's just going up and scattering in there, and it does good, but it's not true efficient. Not real efficient. Here's my old smokestack from a grill. One of them grills you can sit by the fire at night with your family. It came off of one of them. So I put it up there and it goes right up inside there, because when I was using this at first, There's just smoking on getting all over the place, but now it goes one direction. I put that smokestack on it sometimes. If it's too windy out here, I put it up there. And this right here is just from an old grill somebody gave to me at work. And I've kind of modified it. If I want to do something long, it'll go right to that hole. So it's like, you know, heat resistant kind of. It takes heat pretty well. I can put any kind of coal in here on the side. And do what I need to do with it. I'm about to have to clean it up, so I'm about to do some forging videos here shortly. But down in here I made a little grate. Drill some holes in there. Air comes up through it. I had a quince bucket out here, but it's inside my shop. I got my other quince bucket with the oil, canola oil. You've seen that in my knife video. What else do I have? Chopping block. Chop my wood up. I usually use wood because I make the coals out of the wood, but sometimes I use raw wood, just throw it in the fire, and it does the job. You know, if you work with what you have. If you want to really do this kind of thing, you're gonna work with what you got. Wood, burn it down, man. This forge is like this wood. Anything that can burn will make that steel glow, no problem. But once it's not like coal though. Wood is not like coal because once the wood gone is gone. You're always constantly putting in there in the fire. But coal, you can make them domes, and you have another option to make it reuse the coal, because you can get impurities out of coal and you actually can reuse some of that stuff. But wood is usually turns to ash and that's it. What else I got around here? Some old buckets down there, quince in, some canola oil right there. My metal, probably seen this in the video, my metal stockpile over here. Bunch of different metals, different kinds. My little workbench over there, cut up stuff on. I've seen that in a couple videos. Here's some pipes I was talking about. Gotta unloosen this one up, put on top of here, and hook it all up together with the air come through here, and use this as a dump for my ashes. What else? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna put the thing somewhere. Get a shovel. Stuff out in there. I actually used this as an anvil one time. That's how bad off I've been wanting to use the anvil, wanting to do this stuff, man. My first anvil was probably a 2x2 piece of steel. When I first started, besides that one. Other than that, I accumulated a lot of stuff through the time I've been doing it. Learned a lot of stuff. Some on YouTube videos. Did a lot of researching before I even attempted to do it, because you're working with hot metal. You kind of scared at first, but if you're responsible in doing it, it shouldn't be a problem. You're still gonna get burned. Trust me, you will get burned. You will get scaly hands if you're in it every day. Your hands are gonna look like alligator skin, and they're gonna burn. Just trial and error and a lot of sweat and tears and burns. Not really no blood. Might think it's kind of weird out here to be having a fire on a fire day. Blazing out here right now, but I use the wood to make my coals. What I do is, it makes, other than making a good fire, it makes a good. When I'm done, I'll wet them down and let them dry out. Then I throw them in my bin right here. Nothing but coal, man. And there's other ways to make coal. But I figure that's the easiest way for me, because I don't want to go get a can and put the logs in a can and You know, I can just put in a little pit down here and do that. And there's, you know, you can put, like the jungle people, they put they build a little stack of wood up, and then they put clay on top of it, and then they light it up in the center, and then after a while, once they get the flame going, they put some vents, and it's a big process from there for cooking that coal, making that coal. I mean, that's good processes, but you just got to do things that you're capable of doing that feels right for the moment in this kind of process. But got a lot of wood. Wood's like, you can get that junk for free. Coal, hard to get around here unless you're going out of the state. What else? You can get the coal from Home Depot or Lowe's, the lump coal. I wouldn't use regular charcoal, but I use lump coal. That's natural wood, but why do it when you got wood laying around? You can throw wood into a forge and you're still gonna get the same kind of heat. I mean, I ain't gonna get the super temperatures, but you're gonna have enough heat in there to make it, you can move some metal. So that's about it with the coal situation here. Once I get enough coal, I'll be starting some new videos up shortly. I'll probably, like I said in the past video, I'll be doing stake turner out of, it's gonna be out of a railroad spike. I'm gonna draw it out as long as I can get it and twist it, make it like a little hook at the end, and do a little demo with it. So probably by next week, it's payday, so get a couple stakes, try them out. Here's what my coal looks like when I get done. Anyway, when I get done with my fire, here's what the coal looks like after I put it out, put it on water and let it cool down. I come out here and grab it. Still kind of not too moist, but I had plenty of time to dry out in the sun today. But I had to go right to the bin. That should be enough coal to start my little smithing video up here. It might do something tomorrow or sometime during the week. I got another channel I do, but I don't, you know, we've got a lot of subscribe. I follow a lot of people on besides Digging Georgia, but I can name a few people that kind of inspired me to do blacksmithing. From just get out and do it kind of people. You got Chandler Dickinson. He has a YouTube channel you should check out. He started from banging on a piece of sledgehammer, and now he's banging in his own shop full time. I mean, he probably does other things, but he's been a real inspiration to me. And he got a knife, and the knife, well, he did a lot of knives too. You know, he started with the railroad spike stuff. I mean, that's what I start with, still do. And he did a lot of tests on it, on the railroad spikes and all that. You know, proving to people that, you know, they can be a knife really, if you do everything correctly. Any piece of steel can be a knife. I mean, I made plenty of lawnmower blade knives when I first started this, and I made knives out of lawnmower blades that slice it. They can probably one slice your hand off. That's how sharp they are. And who else? You got another guy, Walter Sorrells. He got a YouTube channel. He's been on actually on History Channel's Forge and Fire. He does a lot of knives. He has very good, useful info on knives. How to, you know, from primitive tools like files and just cutting it out of steel with your bare hands. And you know, a lot of people like to start off with basic stuff like I did, you know. And you treat it as a hobby at first. You want to treat everything you do as a hobby, and you go from there with it. But now another blacksmith is called Dirty Smith. He has his own YouTube channel. He's a pretty cool guy. He does a lot of decorative ironwork, like rails and chandeliers and you name it. He has very good info on how to do stuff like that as well. You know, how to drift something, how to true up stuff, and he's a pretty cool guy. He's got some humor in his stuff. Who else? Nah, I'll put out some more people's names out there eventually. But that's all I can think of for now. But thanks for coming by and watching. I hope I have some Smith videos out there for you in the future. As long as I get some more coal. I'm burning some wood up now to make more coal, so I don't have to go chopping wood all the time for hours on end. But thanks for coming by, and let's see what we can do in the future with my blacksmithing. Have a good afternoon.